And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Crypto Bull. This is the 90th episode. In today's Crypto Bull episode, we'll be taking a look at a cryptocurrency project called WorldCoin. Now, those who are not aware, WorldCoin has grown to attention here on Twitter and a variety of other social media platforms with a lot of scrutiny. Quite a lot of criticism. And in today's episode, well, we are going to take a very deep look at its fundamentals and all available information just to see what it really is about and if the hype and all the criticisms are really valid. Now, without further ado, let us begin. I'm going to start sharing my screen here. Usual setup. A bit slow today. There we go. So, we're going to do it the familiar way as we do with the Crypto Bull episodes. We're going to verify on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap all the available information so that we get a good understanding of its fundamentals before we deep dive in all the available information. So currently, we see that it is valued at 230. I'm going to refresh the page. By reason the tabs have been open for quite a while. It's already starting here. There we have it. $231. I'm going to refresh this page as well. Okay, so what do we see here on CoinGecko? We see it's valued at currently $2.31. Last 24 hours, it increased with 0.5%. It is more interesting compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, though with a very, very small margin. We see a market cap here of 262 million US dollars. Trading volume last 24 hours is about 122, so approximately half the market cap. Fully diluted value, 23 billion. It's quite a lot, actually. Circulating supply, currently 113 million coins or tokens. Total supply 10 billion, max supply 10 billion. Generally, it's a good indication that there's a max cap here, though, as I tend to frequently say and tout, there are reasonable numbers and unreasonable ones. This is a bit in between. 10 billion is already quite a lot, but everything will depend on its use case. Anyway, I see here there's a contract on Optimism, Ethereum contract, it seems. So still need to open that one up. Because of course we're going to verify later on how the contract's being built, if it isn't related or designed like some other, I'm not going to say shitcoins, but altcoins. We need to remain neutral. Website worldcoin.org. I already have it opened here. Explorers. Etherscan Explorer. This implies it is a token, dear people, so it doesn't have its very own native blockchain. It is a token making use of the Ethereum blockchain. Community, Twitter, Telegram, Discord, and YouTube. Okay, we're going to mainly take a look later on at the socials on Twitter, unless other social media tend to pop up. API, WorldCoin, WLD, tags. Sometimes we can deduce what it is about, but here it just says Optimism, Ecosystem, and Ethereum. Okay. Let's head on over towards, let's first do CoinMarketCap. So yeah, they changed the interface a little bit here. That's the news. You have quite a lot of stuff open here, so he's a bit slow. Come on. Here it is. What is WorldCoin? That's the most important aspect I'm interested in. Mission of WorldCoin project is to build the world's largest identity and financial network as a public utility, giving ownership to everyone. Okay. Though while I will try to remain as objective as possible, generally my alarms go off when I'm seeing identity and financial network tied together in one sentence. So it's going to be about financial identity, identity politics. That to me leaves already sour taste in my mouth. Anyway, WorldCoin system revolves around World ID, a privacy-preserving global identity network. World ID enables users to verify their humanness online, proof of personhood, while maintaining their privacy through zero-knowledge proofs. To engage with the WorldCoin protocol, individuals must first download World app, the first wallet app that supports the creation of a World ID. Individuals visit a physical imagining device called the Orb to get their World ID Orb verified. Most orbs are operated by a network of independent local business called orb operators, must use multispectral sensors to verify humanness and uniqueness, with all images being promptly deleted on device per default, absent explicit consent to data custody. All orb verified World ID holders are entitled to claim recurring grants of free World tokens. WLD tokens are not available in the US. See the WorldCoin tokenomics section of the project's white paper for details. More on that later on, you guys will see. This has the potential to make WLD the most widely distributed digital currency. WLD token is designed as a utility token with governance properties, empowering users by giving them a say over the future of the protocol. Beyond conventional one token, one vote governance mechanisms, the introduction of World ID paves the way for one person, one vote mechanisms. These two mechanisms can also be combined to enable new ways of governance. After launch, WorldCoin Foundation will solicit, propose, and work with the community on how World ID and the WLD token should interact in WorldCoin's governance model. See project white paper for details on governance and decentralization. Quite a lot of referrals towards the white paper. Community of users will determine the token utility, but a few other use cases in addition to governance could emerge. Example, users may decide to use the WLD token to pay for certain actions in World app or another wallet app, to make other payments, or to signal their approval for certain initiatives or causes. WLD is an ERC20 token on Ethereum. Individuals will receive their user grants on Optimism mainnet. Therefore, most WLD transactions will likely take place on the Optimism network. So basically what it says is proof of personhood. You get tokens when you basically give proof that you are a real human. So it counters bots, okay. But I have to admit, when reading this, it all looks and feels very, I'm not going to say circumstantial, but complicated to what it can actually do. And there's a huge amount of trust involved. And they say there's the promise in accordance with data, it's written actually here, absent explicit consent to data custody. So they refer to certain laws and they say, oh yeah, we promise we'll do so. But generally where it concerns information and data, I know the lines can easily become gray and blurred. So, anyways, I know I was a little bit too early to find out what it was about, because I haven't done really technical analysis yet, which I will do now, but I want to make sure here there's other information I did not miss. There's nothing more that concerns contracts, chat, ratings, chain explorers, all-time high, okay. Seems there's no additional information. I see a white paper here. I'm going to click on it. You'll see exactly what occurs. Anyway, this is its performance. A little bit dated now, but still up to date. You can see it's trading in the green. However, a little peak at high and seemingly going down in the last couple of hours. Let's take a look at performance past week. You can tell here, that's probably launch date. It went from barely anything to high, crashed down, so that's an initial cash out generally, and then seems to be trading within a certain range here. Last 14 days, I believe we are already at max. Yeah, it is quite a young project, really. I mean, that's the performance it's currently doing. So yeah, it's not much to go by, really. So technical analysis wise, there's nothing really. Anyway, let's head on over to the main website. So this is their main website, worldcoin.org, introducing WorldCoin. More than 3 years ago, we founded WorldCoin with the ambition of creating a new identity and financial network owned by everyone. Rollout begins today. If successful, we believe WorldCoin could drastically increase economic opportunity, scale a reliable solution for distinguishing humans from AI online while preserving privacy, enable global democratic processes, and eventually show a potential path to artificial intelligence-funded UBI. WorldCoin consists of a privacy-preserving digital identity, World ID, and where laws allow, a digital currency, WLD, received simply for being human. We hope that where the rules are less clear, such as in the US, steps will be taken so more people can benefit from both. You can download that, we already know. Visiting an orb, yada yada yada. So, first things first. There's talks here of AI. For those who do not know who Sam Altman is, I'm going to show you guys right now. DM here. This is Sam Altman. And if you didn't know, this guy is the CEO of OpenAI. Briefly CEO of Twitter, yada yada yada, briefly Jewish. Anyway, the most important part is this one here, OpenAI. OpenAI is the company encompassing the program which went to fame, which is called ChatGPT, you know, the AI chatbot. Chatbot is probably not the most correct of terms to describe the project, because ChatGPT is nothing more than a language prediction model, meaning you can have conversations with it and it can search for information. However, it is but a chatbot. It does not think on its own. However, it is considered to be a highly developed artificial intelligence by reason that it makes current sentences and that it has access to an entire database from which it can draw information. If that information is correct, I'll leave in the middle, though I've had discussions with people making use of ChatGPT in a variety of instances. Some made copy-paste of the answer of ChatGPT. There exist tools to verify if it was AI generated or not, or even made ChatGPT make a response towards me, but I noticed that they reworded their replies by reason it was more of a synopsis that was given, to which, I noticed they were using a chatbot somewhere and that they couldn't really think for themselves. So that's a little bit the thing about Sam Altman. Anyway, is there something else? Let's head on over towards home. Here we go. That's the main website. I'm a little bit surprised that you get the page here, but not immediate access towards the site itself. Normally it should go towards home, but anyway, we found it quite easily. Here it's counting how many unique humans are registered on WorldCoin. World ID signups, countries where all verifications have happened, 34. Countries with verified World ID users, 120. Transactions, daily wallet transactions average in the last 7 days, 183,000. Amount of WLD claimed by users, 13 million. activity, 355 orbs active in the last 30 days. There's 2,000 who have been activated. Milestone 6 days since launch. WorldCoin's first sign up on May 5th, 2 years ago. So the project has been going around for quite a while. However, it is kind of odd that we see here first sign up in May 5th and the first 100,000 users on October 11th, 2021. But whereas in reality, WLD token itself was launched quite recently, as you saw, listed somewhere 24th of July. So something already sketchy is going on. Aims to establish universal access to the global economy regardless of country or background. It is designed to become the world's largest human identity and financial network, giving ownership to everyone, all with the intention of welcoming every person on the planet and establishing a place for all of us to benefit in the age of AI. WorldCoin white paper, moved it places, so that's technically the white paper. You will see later on why I'm slightly hesitant here. Reserve your WorldCoin, so if you click on it, which I'm going to do now, they will refer you to download the application, use it to find your nearest orb and sign up for World ID. So that's how you can do it. It's neatly advertised here. So on that, I'm going to say well done. Say for a more human internet, is it Web3? I don't know. It's token based, and I don't immediately see any notion of Web3 development, like a platform building like Ethereum with bridging capabilities. At this point, everything is being referred back towards the orb, so I'm slightly worried here for a more human interest. And not to mention what we saw here in the description, they were leaving a few things in the middle. See, it is designed as a utility token. Most tokens have governance properties, so it isn't something new and unique. But they say empowering users by giving them a say over the future of the protocol. Great, so we should be able to vote. But at the same time, the community of users will determine tokens' utility. So is there utility or not? And I have the impression there's not. Users may decide to use the world to pay for certain actions in World app or another wallet. It seems there's no use case present, which is a little bit weird. Let's click on this one. Huh. I'm wondering what that is about. Technically, globally distribute to unique humans. This should indicate there's a little side note, but there is none. Go to tokenomics. Let's just take a look here. Token overview, launch date, Ethereum address optimism, main venue for access and use. So it is built on Ethereum, but they need to use optimism. Okay. 10 billion up to 1.5 per year. Inflation can start at the earliest after 15 years. Inflation rate is set by protocol governance. Default inflation rate 0. So it's only within 15 years that they will start freeing up more of the tokens. I don't know what to say here, but this basically tells me anything I need to know. It means there's probably quite a few wallets being locked up, governed by a smart contract, but probably in hands of a centralized organization. So that means that for the next 15 years, they can say, "Oh, there's no inflation rate. We're good." That's already something sketchy in my book. Either you say there's no inflation rate, everything has been pre-mined and fairly redistributed, or you say, okay, there's going to be inflation, but the inflation rate is going to 0, as it is the case with Bitcoin. This is weird. and suspicious. Circulating supply. At launch, the maximum circulating supply will be 143 million WLD. See below. How to receive free, so that we know. Implying download the app and go see an orb. I am worried. I wonder why the United States or certain other restricted territories, which ones. However, World ID and TFH World app remain available in the United States. More details can be found in terms of use. Okay. Free WLD tokens will only be claimable via World app. There's no airdrop of WLD outside the World app. That's quite important, as I have seen plenty of scammers already since launch of World token by Twitter claiming for an airdrop. No, just know everything goes through their application and orb recognition. Important user information. Okay. That we know. Retrospective. There we go. These are the persons who have been verified. So they say there's 2,062,021, 32% in Asia, Africa, Latin America, other, and Europe. These are, sorry to be rude here, but mostly third world countries, or where the people tend to be quite poor. Asia might be discussable, but kind of odd. More on that later, by the way. And that's a repeat from what we saw. Token allocation. 75% of the community will receive an allocation of tokens. TFH investors 13.5. Initial development team 9.8. TFH reserve 1.7. Which has no indication here. Out of the 10 billion initial total supply, 75% towards the WorldCoin community. But at this point in time, there were talks about a max of 174 or 47 million we freed up. So, It's okay, they give a little breakdown here. Unlocked supply. Damn. So year one, that's inflation rate right here. Why I'm not talking inflation here? Well, early on they said, look, the supply is max level, 147 million, yada, 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 and only after 15 years will you have inflation. Not really. You see unlocked supply, upper bundle circulating supply, launch, those are the years. And at this point, you have an inflation rate of quite a lot even. If I were to draw this towards 2 billion, 6 billion, that's 300% inflation over 3 years' time. Ain't good, man. 15-year WLD unlock supply schedule. Seems they don't really understand what inflation is. This is kind of odd. Thing also is, I'm slightly surprised that I can see the tokenomics now. The reason is I've done some pre-research, something I rarely do, but considering the amount of criticism the project already received, I thought it wise to do some beforehand research, and this page wasn't available to me yesterday or the day before. Now that I'm in incognito mode, suddenly I can see all of it. So to all viewers and to CoinDesk, Crypto Potato, etc., to all their journalists, use incognito mode and hope you've got a decent VPN. At that point, you might have access here. Though I'm wondering about a white paper. Same here. Yesterday and the day before that, I didn't have any access. and now I'm seeing the full-on white paper available here. And really, they're talking about identity. Well, convincingly human, not really. If every message or transaction included verified human property, a lot of noise could be filtered from the digital world. Now, I've got to admit, what we are talking about here seems to me quite interesting. Like I said, I have a little bit of two minds when reading their website, and naturally the things I found and my own opinions when it concerns finance and identity, meaning KYC in a blockchain-based platform. Not really a fan of it. The point in cryptocurrency is to remain either pseudonymous or anonymous. And well, tying an ID towards finance is a step back towards traditional finance. Now, I can see how they want to use WLD coin token or coin. Sorry, it's WorldCoin and the WLD token that they're using for keeping bots out. So verified human property. Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, on platforms like Twitter, it can be quite great to have it. But at the same time, the bots are, how to say, easily verifiable in the sense that they are still generic. It's not that they have attained convincing levels of complexity and be really human-like. You really need to be a complete dork to not recognize a bot, a simple chat bot. And all in all, most people just do catfishing still by reason the bots aren't as developed. So, it can be circumvented, especially from what I highlighted here. I've seen bots who have had a verified tick here, who are subscribed to Twitter Blue or X Blue or whatever they're going to call it right now, which should give you an intention of it is verified human property. But at the same time, those bots are verified, so it's a little bit odd. And the reason is quite simple. It's simple catfishing. You are going to try to solve an issue where really none exists, where a little bit of additional effort needs to be done to counter automatization and, well, all of the catfishing going on in order to get your finances. So, anyway, then on over back to the main website. Let's see what other information I can dig up here. That we know. Blog. They have audit reports starting in April 2023. Security-wise, a lot of 1,500 ops to meet global demand for world ID. Okay. So not many articles here. Mostly generic updates. I've been here for quite a while, but from what I can tell, they've been doing rounds for some time. So development is genuine. WorldCoin operator foundation. I always love it when I see the word foundation. Guys who have seen all my previous live streams and technical and financial fundamental analysis know that each and every time I see something as foundation or a guard, that we are not talking about a fully decentralized project, that we are in reality talking about a centralized entity, centralized company. Sorry. Small F up from my part. There we go. WorldCoin white paper. We went through it. You can read at your own leisure in detail. More on that later. Privacy, open source. Okay. These are the ecosystems and the ID protocol, Optimism, Polygon blockchains, open source, state bridges. That's how it works, seemingly. Semaphore, SQS. Okay, careers, learn. What's USDC? Okay. So basically those are very generic terms, same thing as you can see on Sailor University, and which I go in depth more on my own main website and Gumroad courses to learn all of those terms to you guys. It's now for free, though donations are always welcome. Frequently asked questions, let's see here. It's currently in beta, okay. Place for WLD. Per week with no maximum, the amount is consistent across applicable regions. So you can at least claim one free token per week, so $2. It seems, however, they do not really mention how much you receive if you verify or give up your biometrics. When will you receive it? We'll receive it when WorldCoin mainnet goes live. First half of 2023, so okay. As providing utility and giving users a say of the direction of the protocol, yada 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 yada. So they are quite open, which is quite positive here. Well, I'm going to close the main website as I do not see anything other noteworthy. So careers, fuck media, nope. Keeping bots out, so there's the white paper, that's quite important. Token sniffer, because why not? Technically I do it always at the end. This time I'm going to do it early on. Let's see, optimism. No results, I was afraid of that. That's on Ethereum. Actually, here we go. Why optimism? Why make use of multiple ones? They say it was Ethereum build. Score 0 out of 100. So swap analyzes token is sellable, not a honeypot at this time. Buy fee is less than 5. Sell fee okay. Verified contract source, that's great. Ownership renounced or sort does not contain an owner contract. Contract contains ownership functionality and ownership is not renounced, which may allow the creator or current owner to modify contract behavior. That's a very big one, guys. I have done previous cryptocurrencies whereby I set it as a mere warning, but it was tied with the functionality. In this case, I could make a case about functionality and its current distribution. However, that still remains a very big risk. So a scam can be made. However, watch out with this project. All the analysis on a wallet contains less than 5%. Okay, creator wallet contains less than 5%. That's great. Though the owner still has 2.37% of the total circulating supply, so he can impact the current price. All other holders, nope. A wallet contains a substantial amount of tokens which could have a large impact on the token price if sold. Probably the distribution wallets, however, nothing is assured, meaning, well, if someone has access to those distribution wallets, they can still decide to, well, crash the entire project without notice. Liquidity analysis. Adequate current liquidity, there's none. 0.2 Ethereum in Uniswap version 2. Not enough liquidity is present, which could potentially cause high slippage. Adequate initial liquidity, 0.16 Ethereum in Uniswap v2. At least 95% of liquidity burnt locked for at least 15 days. No, that immediately counteracts their locked up claim. Similar contracts, likeness 94%, address Ethereum, deployed just 2 hours before launch. So that implies something has been modified, and there's 6% which have been changed, no difference. That is already odd. Anyway, let's get into the juicy bits. As I was saying early on, that I was kind of surprised that I could finally see the white paper as well as the tokenomics. Well, plain reason here, WorldCoin released tokenomics report geofenced for some countries. Belgium, where I'm from, was geofenced. It's only because I'm now in incognito mode and using an active VPN that I have had access. I had a little bit of luck here, it seems. Tokenomics of the WorldCoin project were released on Monday after the launch of mainnet, although CoinDesk reporters in 4 countries had trouble accessing the site. CoinDesk staff using multiple devices in Greece, India, Italy, and the UK saw a message saying the content, part of the project white paper, was geofenced when trying to access the link. Companies looking into the issue, representatives said. Further, the World app is at capacity and experiencing high loads, such that users might face disruption. It is on the app at around 13.30 UTC on Monday. Been airdropping, those are beta tokens, so not even the real deal. So users verified with its iris scanning orb for the past month or so. Beta tokens are close to IOUs prior to the network launch, as opposed to on-chain tokens. So verification since July 24th are the real tokens, I'm going to say. Anything before that were betas. After the up, verified users can receive 25 WLD Genesis grant to their wallets. Grant only happening in countries where regulations allow for them, which doesn't include the US. Token has seen major price surges in top exchanges with Rust to list it. Yeah, so they go about a little bit about the tokenomics. Not all 2.5 WLD for insiders has been allocated. So there's some sketchy shit already going on upon launch. What's this? So I had prepared this in advance, but we saw the tokenomics earlier on. Like I said to all reporters and people who are looking into WorldCoin, if such problems still exist, well, go into incognito mode, start a VPN, and just keep on hitting refreshing and refreshing up until you see the data for yourself. So these are the data we saw earlier. So unlock supply, TFH, yada, yada, yada. Next one up is, those were the rest of the tokenomics. You see, I had this prepared in advance by reason I did not have it available. So I've done some pre-research here just to get you guys up to date and cover all of the information available. We got 10 billion tokens for 15 years, at which point the governance of the network can decide to implement an inflation rate up to 1.5%, as well as how to allocate and mint tokens. Shires here, I'm going to highlight it, actually makes a very good point. I've read over that one. Will be capped at 10 billion tokens for 15 years, and at which point the governance of the network can decide to implement an inflation rate of up to 1.5% as how to allocate the minted tokens. So it implies that the cap itself probably isn't really a real hard max cap, but that it can be increased. Launch the maximum circulating supply of WLD is 143 million, 43 million of which will be allocated to users verified during pre-launch, and 100 million will be given in loans that will expire in 3 months to non-US market makers, the film said. That's an IOU. So basically, you need to have trust. 75% of tokens have been earmarked for the community. Allocation to insiders has increased to 25% from 20%. Stated earlier, because the process of developing and launching network was more complex and costly than initially thought, as well as a challenging market environment. So they basically pay themselves more. Yeah, those are IOUs. Those are quite a lot of red flags. And I'm seeing here will be given in loans that will expire in 3 months. Those are IOUs, my friends. And well, if you're a Muslim, that's going to be haram. That ain't a very great look here. It's a big red flag up on top from what we've seen already. Let's continue. WorldCoin tokenomics and distribution so far. So that tends to be updated. I'm going to close it down because we saw early in the white paper how the tokenomics really are. Tweet has been removed. Okay. See about this one. Some of my pre-research seemingly has been negated here. Oh yeah, this one's about onboarding here. I found a screen recording of WorldCoin onboarding. You cannot proceed without agreeing to send your face and eyeball imaging data to WorldCoin servers to train their AI algorithms. To call in opt-ins is extremely misleading. So this is the WorldCoin beta. One open up. Claim the free share. Verify with an orb. Okay, and then agree to this biometric data consent form and enable opt-in to data custody. I believe they mentioned that no data was to be saved. However, they force you to enable consent, and they say, look, data collected at orb, data transmitted and stored on a server, full functionality. It allows to collect images of your irises, eyes, and face when you sign up at an orb. Further, you allow to store this information, transfer this data to our teams in the European Union and the United States. Purpose of training our algorithms, as detailed below, you have full functionality. So get this very straight, guys. They themselves say it is proof of personhood on their main website, and even in their white paper and all of their forms, they say it is to prove you are a real human. At the same time, they are safeguarding, amassing and farming your biometrics, all your data that makes you a person, to feed it into their own AI algorithms. So in essence, the goal of WorldCoin, that's what they try to achieve of proof of personhood, they're negating by feeding it into an AI and make more powerful bots. I mean, that's just plain criminal behavior. That's hypocrisy. Yeah. Someone must have live streamed this. That's 29th of July, so yeah, people are being sidetracked here. So yeah, what the hell is going on here? That was from Eric Wall. I'm going to close this one down. WorldCoin is in the process of onboarding hundreds of thousands of people. Here they're scanning in eyes in Barcelona. Some kiosks offer you a coupon for free fries. Some as $10 rebate on in-store purchases. Some a chance to win a shiny new car. Price will be scanned. You will gather up your biometrics data. You will accept your UBI in WLD coins. They are paying you, in a sense, to give up your biometrics to feed into their AI models. Your proof of personhood, you're basically selling for cheap money to feed their actual money maker, it seems. What's this one? I believe it was something else I wanted to highlight here. Quite important. From Rufus Kamau. My people are lining up for it because the economy is bad and every dollar they can get their hands on is worth a meal. That's why Sam Altman is exploiting the situation we are in as people living in the global south. And I can attest to that by reason, and that's something I highlighted when we went through the website. They refused the US because of regulations. In Europe, there are users, indeed, but if you go towards WorldCoin themselves, or even look at the distribution of people who are engaged with WorldCoin, you could clearly see that the majority was in Africa, Asia, and yeah, the other big one. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a blackout here. Well, mostly in third world countries and Latin America, that was it. Countries and nations which are poverty stricken. I mean, you have this and you have this. So not only are they feeding on biometric data that they're feeding into their AI models, they are exploiting people in weak economies, people who are desperate to get their hands on some money in order to feed a model that can be used and abused. That's criminal behavior. Your morals should kick in at this point and just reject it. People who have scanned their biometrics by that orb thing, that little ball, they should be ashamed if you are in the Western world. And I have pity for the people in poverty-stricken countries and communities who have scanned their irises for this thing. I pity them, really, by reason, yeah, they didn't really know what to do. They were desperate, so they've got a nice excuse. They have a good excuse. But if you're a Westerner and you perform something like that, you are a degen, highest of sorts. I'm not going to get political here. I'm trying to remain objective here, but from what I'm seeing, this is wrong. This is abuse of blockchain technology. This is data harvesting taking up a notch. It isn't even something like, we hacked a service to get your email address. This really is, we created something that feeds on all information of your personhood, of your real humanhood, and we're going to feed it into a bot to make it more advanced, to make it more personal. And sure, there will be geeks and dorks saying, oh yeah, but it's for the advancement of artificial intelligence and advancement of the human race. I don't really view it that way. This is just plain old exploitation. By reason, what they are doing, their entire business, on one hand, they're saying it's proof of personhood, but at the same time, they're using the data harvested through the scanning to feed an AI, to feed a bot. So they are creating their own problem and let people pay and get verified in order to solve the problem they created in the first place. As an economic model, it can count, but that's just plain criminal behavior. I'm at loss for words here, how low things can stoop here. Anyway, I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. There we go. So WorldCoin synopsis on paper and how they present themselves, I'm going to say it looked solid. If you're a bit of an analyst like me and you give it just a quick glance, you would say, yeah, okay, it's fine, can opt in, it's the future. But if you look deeper into the actions performed, and if you look deeper on how they are executing their business, the hypocrisy comes forth. The real deep rabbit hole becomes quite obvious, and we see some kind of extortion going on, hypocrisy, and people creating their very own problem that they solve, and wherein people sell data to them in order to get verified and fix the problem the company themselves are creating. Stay out of it, guys, really. I can only say to people watching here from Africa and Asia, and even if you feel, well, for the people who are watching me, to get some financial information or get some guidance within crypto in the hopes that they can make money. By the way, this is an educational channel, so I don't give trading signals. All these videos are educational in nature to expose the scams, to learn people on how to do research. So those people watching me and think, oh, it's going to be great. No, stay out of it. And even if you're in desperate need for money, please stay out of it. This is a business model which is just pure evil. With that, I'm going to log off and close this broadcast. I thank you guys for watching and hope to see you next time. If you want to support my channel, links below in the comment. You can add me on you can find me on a variety of social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and I have my very own website. So give it a like, comment, follow me, whatever, subscribe. You would do me great pleasure, because at that point I know I get my message across to the masses. I do almost everything for free. And with that, we get the broadcast. Thank you guys for watching, and up until next time, bye.